Okay, I wanted to do a quick overview here of just a basic turn in Helionox, the Deluxe Edition. I'm going to start off showing you a few of the things that are from the original game, and then I'm going to show you a couple of things from the expansion as well. So first off, in the original game, at the beginning of the game, you get a starting deck, and these are some of the basic cards that are in the starting deck. I'll explain those in a second. And you also get a architect, and your architect does not go into your deck. It kind of sits off to the side and gives you some special powers throughout the game. So let's say that this is the very beginning of the game. At the very beginning of my turn, the first thing that I do, actually, if this was, so this is the event deck right here. Also, the instructions tell you how to make the event deck. So if that event deck is made, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this top event card and I'm going to place that at a location. Okay, so this is a purple event here. It's a lunar event, and so it goes to this purple location, this moon location here. So that event is going to happen there. Now, one of the things I'm going to try to do on my turn is maybe try to get rid of that event. Now, I don't have to, but if I do, I'm actually going to gain some influence for that. So this is going to cost 2 defense to get rid of it, and it'll give me 2 influence based on this kind of green symbol down here at the bottom. And I'll tell you how to get defense here in a second. So to get defense and do some of the other things that I can do on this game is I can actually look at my hand here, and in my hand you can see I actually have 2 defense cards. These Sentinel prototypes give me 1 defense each. And then I have 3 of these basic money cards. These give me 1 credit each. These are called material assets. They give me 1 credit each. And so on my turn, there's actually quite a bit that I can do even with just these very basic cards. If I wanted to try to take care of that event, I could spend 2 of these credits, and I could move my ship, which if I was the blue ship or the red ship here, say I'm the blue ship, I could actually fly to this lunar location and try to take care of this event, which I could, because I need 2 defense in order to overcome that event. Here's the 2 defense for my Sentinel prototypes, so I would actually be able to get rid of that event. And I just take that off the table, and I'd actually get 2 of these influence here. So that just signifies, yep, I just overcame that event, and now I got some points for that. Okay, so that's one of the things that I could do on my turn. Again, that would cost me most of my hand. I'd have to spend these. I'd have to spend these. I'd only have 1 credit left to even do anything with. So I may or may not do things that way. However, there's a lot of other options that I have. Again, let's say I'm back on this location here, and that event came out here. One of the options I have is to use my architect and try to get to that location. So my architect actually says draw 1 card and move to any location. Now that costs me 4 cryo to do that. So to do that, I take these 4 counters here, I put them on my architect. At the beginning of each of my turns, I'm actually going to remove one of those cryo counters, but that means I can't use this guy again until he's completely out of cryo sleep. So, but since I do that, I activate this ability right away. It allows me to draw a card, so I can draw this extra card. Oh good, that gives me some extra money, and I can move to any location. So now I can move my ship down to this location, and I still have my 2 defense. I haven't spent any of my money yet, so I might spend these. Sometimes I just play things out of my hand and turn them to the side, just to kind of signify that I've already used them. They're still in my hand, but this is just kind of a good way of tracking things. So I move those to the side, and now I've used my 2 defense to overcome this event. So that's probably how I would handle that. So again, that goes off to the side. I get my 2 influence back there. Okay, now I got 4 money left. What do I want to do with this 4 money? Well, there's a number of things that I could do. I have 4 money now because my architect allowed me to draw that extra card. So now I could go to the market with my 4 money, and there's several cards I could buy up here. See the costs up here. I couldn't buy this one. This one costs 5 money. But this guy costs 4. This guy costs 4. This one only costs 3. So I have a couple of options of cards that I could buy from the market. Let's say I decided I wanted this card. If I was going to buy this one, again, I'd spend all of those credits, and I would take this card, and I would put it on top of my deck. Okay? Again, whenever you buy a card from the market, it goes on top of your deck. In fact, any card that says the word obtain is going to go on top of your deck. So you obtain cards when you buy them from the market. Now, all that stuff you can do in the regular base game. Now, there's a couple other options that you have with the expansion. and I'm going to talk about those here briefly. Let's say that I'm at this location, I've already taken care of that event, and I decide that I want to pick up some cargo. This little mess down here is cargo. Again, these are just some prototype tokens. I'm going to have some actual tokens in the final version of the game, but similar symbols to these. So let's say I want to pick up one of these tokens. Well, since I'm at the purple location here, I can actually pick up one of these purple pieces of cargo. So I can pick that up, and whenever I get cargo, I'm going to put it down here on my carrier, just to signify that I am carrying a purple cargo. Now, I can deliver that cargo anywhere I want to go that's not the purple location, so that's not at the moon. I can actually, so to pick up cargo, it cost me 1 credit, so I could, use one of those credits. I'd still have 3 credits left. So I could use 2 of those credits to fly to a different location, whichever location I want. Maybe I fly down here to the mining colony, and then I could deliver this cargo. And when I deliver that cargo, a couple things can happen. I could, if I wanted to, take one of these market tokens, again, prototype tokens here. I could take one of these market tokens, and these market tokens will actually give me 2 credits towards any card in the market. So again, anytime on this turn or on subsequent turns, I can spend this guy and get a $2 discount on any of these cards in the market. So if I did that right now, I'd have $2 plus my 1 credit that I still have left. I could still buy that 3-cost card up there by doing that. So it's a pretty good transfer rate. And that's one of the things that you can do when you deliver cargo. The other thing you can do when you deliver cargo is right here, this row of cards here. These are called illegal tech cards, and you can only get these at the appropriate location. So again, let's say I flew down here to deliver that cargo. Now I'm here at the yellow at the mining colony. I could cash that in, and instead of getting a market token, which are those symbols up there, I could get this piece of illegal tech. And this is just like obtaining a card from the market, except it's not in the market because it's illegal, right? So I can grab this, and again, it goes to the top of my deck. Now these are very powerful cards. You can see this guy says I get to obtain an operative. So every time I play this guy, I get to get any card that's called an operative. So this 5-cost card right here, I could obtain that for free. However, this does come with a price. This one says gain 1 infamy. And in fact, all of them have this little red symbol that you see here. You're going to gain infamy for playing any of those. And infamy is just like influence. Remember the influence tokens here, which give you points. Well, infamy gives you negative points. So you have to kind of manage how many times you're actually going to play these. And in addition, there's a penalty for having these in your deck at the end of the game. You can see this 3 right here that says that's worth 3 more infamy at the end of the game if it's in your deck. Now, you might use some powers to get rid of it from your deck. You could use a consume power, which is a trash mechanic, so that you don't have this illegal tech in your deck at the end of the game. So you wouldn't take that penalty, but you still would have any of these infamy tokens. Again, here's the infamy tokens. They're just tokens like some of the other tokens in the game. And they just stack up and give you negative points. Now, there's at least one way to get rid of them in the game right here at the old world. You can actually remove some infamy that way. So definitely recommend trying to get rid of some of that infamy throughout the game. But that's some of the main new mechanics from the Mercury Protocol expansion. The only other thing that I'll mention here real quick is just the requests. You also have requests that are available. And these, you can deliver cargo wherever you want, but if you follow a request, like this request says, deliver something from Europa to Earth, so from the blue planet to the green planet, if you do that, you get a 2-point bonus. So whenever you do that, you'll cash these in, and you'll get a new request from the request deck over there. So again, you don't have to do those. You can deliver stuff wherever you want, but you can. It's actually usually beneficial to do it that way if possible. Sometimes you just gotta drop stuff off on the way and not worry about the requests, because you just need to get some market tokens or you need to get some illegal tech. But it's another way of scoring some points. So again, that's kind of a quick overview of the Deluxe Edition and the Mercury Protocol expansion. Hopefully I'll have some more videos up before the Kickstarter, but we'll see. Hope to see you guys on the Kickstarter in about a month.